Hi there, welcome to episode 3 of the Justice for Johnny Freight Train. Doot, doot. Today, before we create some havoc in the kitchen, I'm going to share with you some tips that I've been picking up along the way. If you've read the comments attached to the GoFundMe side of things, you'll see that my ex-wife has been gone for nearly 2 years. I haven't seen or heard from her, only the lawyers. So I've managed to survive all this time. So what do I want to share with you? Learn to shop at Aldi. Let me show you what I've got. These are the world's best fish cakes with hollandaise sauce. Only $6. How good is that? Now, you want to get some extra meals. The chicken pesto penne, 1.1 kilos. How much the chicken? $11. Now, what I do is I get half a kilo of diced chicken, just get some chicken breast, dice it up, fry it up, divide by 3. How do you divide 1.1 kilos by 3? Now, tech buddy Adam is behind the camera. Adam, how do you divide by 3?
Don't ask me that. I haven't been to school in 20 years.
Okay, get a tape measure. You can't weigh it and cut it up. I used a tape measure to divide by 3. Brilliant.
Guesstimate.
I like to be exact. I'm an old accountant. Now, Alice used to have lamb shanks in red wine juice at about $12-14. Some veggies, but there was a ton of sauce. It was just really good. But that one, as one meal there, $5.50. How good's that? Lasagna. Now, here's a 2 kilo lasagna from the freezer section. Last time my kids and grandkids were up, 1, 2, 3, 4 adults and 2 children, they brought up with them this and a homemade lasagna from near where they live in Sydney. In a blind test, the Aldi one, which cost a huge $11.49 for 2 kilos, came up trumps. It was the best. So, how good's that? Now, if you forget to take things out of the freezer, always keep in the fridge something like a Latina. It's fairly long dated, December, so it's got, okay, we're filming and showing at different times, but it's got like a month on it. But it's just handy to have one there. Every morning, what do? I have a look at the menu. I've got a 14-day menu, and it reminds me of what to take out of the freezer. Because I'm old and silly. If I forget, I've got the fallback, because I've got a plan B. You will need to have a plan B. On the weekend, I like to do some pizza in my new best friend. My new best friend is the air fryer. We'll show you that later on. But I like to do a bit of pizza on Saturday night, don't have to worry too much about cooking. Sunday, I do fish and chips in the air fryer. And my daughter put me onto squid chips. They're really nice, as well as the bad for you chips. Okay, that's just a few tips on cheap shopping. There's like 8 meals there for $33. How do you beat that? And 95 cents. When we're doing our cooking in the various episodes, here are some containers. You get a whole stack of them from Coles, $10. They're cheap as, but you make what we're going to do today: dolmio and pasta, easy as, but it makes 3 or 4 meals. So get a permanent mark pen, because sometimes you forget what you've done. Write on there, put some meals away. You do your 14. I do a 14-day menu, and it tells me, reminds me. And the thing to do is not to have the same meals 3 nights running. What are your basic staples? You got chicken, pork, steak, lamb, fish, and you want a bit of variety. You don't want to have the same thing night after night. You don't want to have steak and veg every night. Okay. We've mentioned in episodes 1 and 2 a certain person called Alison. Now, if you remember, this was the pictorial representation of a real person whose name is Alison. Now, it's Alison with 2 L's. And she'd be known as Alison with 2 L's. So what am I going to tell you about Alison? I'm going to drip feed you as a subplot. Tech buddy is rather fetched.
Oh, sorry.
It's a nice body, isn't it? Okay, yeah, okay. I'm over here. Now, what we say in episode 1, Alison was the owner of the kindest, most caring voice on the planet. I think episode 2 might have been, she threw me a lifeline when I was at my lowest, but then she let go. I said to her for episode 3, I'm broken in the head, broken in the heart, and broken in the body, but I would like to be her friend. So keep watching to see how this plays out. Who is Alison? So now we're going to do today a Dolmio.
Where can I find Alison?
We're going to find Alison. That's it. If Alison finds me, she'll probably kill me. That's okay. No, she won't. I'm sure she's got a sense of humour there somewhere under her suit of armour. This little tool here, I did show Tech Buddy off camera. You want to get your jar of Dolmio open. This little critter here just fits in and click. There's a little click there, the air goes in, opens easy as, no problem at all. And a couple of bucks at Kmart or something. What was that? So we're going to magically transform, and this is the funny thing. My extra lean mince was in the freezer, hard as a rock. I had a quick trip to Coles to get them all. Couple of things. Now, Dolmio says all you need is zucchini and some carrots, which are still in the fridge. I liked it for a bit of colour, add in the capsicum, and just a couple of tomatoes. These aromas, they look nice, and I thought I'll go with those. So I am going to wander over and do a bit of chopping over here. We're going to do some pasta. What we're going to do next week is honey, garlic and stir fry chicken, and that again makes about 3 meals, so that's really cool. And you do a cup of rice. Introduce you to my next best friend in the kitchen, which is the rice cooker. Eldest daughter said, "Dad, go down to Kmart and get a $14 rice cooker." How good is that? Dog gets rice for the breakfast. Night time for dessert, I make rice custard. I don't have rice custard when I'm having rice for the meal. Of course, I have ice cream. Got to have something. Got to have some bad things in your life. So I do that, and there's a bit of light to help. I'm just heating up some water there. Let me get a chopping board. Just keep it there. I'll be right back. There's already tomato in the Dolmio, but I just want to chop a bit more up and put that in. And the capsicum is easy. This is sort of prepping. You don't want to be chopping while you're cooking. That doesn't work. Let me tell you. I've been caught before. So what are we going to do? A couple of containers, just simple little bits and pieces, bibs and bobs. And what will probably happen here is Tech Guy will, because you're going to get bored watching me chopping. Fast forward, that type of thing. So, instructions are on there. It's pretty easy. Where's I sharpened it yesterday. Done. Now, we're going to. I watched an old episode of Laurel and Hardy. It's been 60 years ago. And they're teaching this kid about the rights and wrongs of life. One of the comments was, if at first you don't succeed, and the other one said, cheat. And that's what we're going to do today, a little bit of cheating. Because on the Dolmio it says, just put the veggies in there until they're soft. Let me tell you, it'll take about 3 days. Veggies never get soft in the fry pan if they're swimming in the Dolmio and the mince and da-da-da. So, this is like we did last week with the zucchini. Top and tail. And I'm going to get because I washed up this morning, where's my, we're going to talking to me. We're going to just make a bit of a mess here while because the bin's over there and I'm over here. I usually do this over there. So all I want to do is just take the skin off these. Do you have the 5-second rule in your house, Techo?
3.
3-second rule.
Got a dog, so 3.
Oh, okay. So anybody that knows the 5-second rule or the 3-second rule, if you drop it on the floor, you've got 3 seconds to pick it up. So I'll pop that there.
Sorry for the shakiness, I'm just repositioning.
That's okay. So I'm just busily slicing and dicing. Yes. Oh, and for those that are interested to know, last week's barbecue that Tech Guy and I enjoyed with the camera off He took his first bite of lamb and said, nailed it, because he wanted not black, not pink. And it was exactly not black, not pink. Got lucky in the first bit of cooking anyway. So we keep getting lucky. It goes in there, like so, like so, like so. I'll get rid of that. Now remember, she's buggered off, you're here by yourself. Doesn't matter what mess you make. They can go there, they can go there. I just want to slice and dice these up a little bit. All I'm just going to do, because these will go with the mince, the tomato is just a bit of colour, a bit more colour. As you can see, I'm just an old fart surviving, and it's not that hard to do. I will warn you now, this meal does look a bit like dog vomit when it's ready, but doggy's over on her bed, she's alright. The main thing is, it tastes pretty darn good. I just like to pat it out a bit. So, it's the cheating will be with regards to the zucchini and the carrots, which I still left in the fridge. Didn't get them out. I'll do that in a second. Until I clean, sharpen my knife. I only have problems with these super sharp knives when I'm washing up. So I can't, as you can see, I'm wearing glasses, I can't see, and then tend to slice my fingers a bit. So, what does Mr. Domio say? Mr. Domio says, does it want me to slice them or julienne them, which means, oh yeah, there's just sauté too finely diced. I'm going to make little blocks out of these. If you're really not sure, Dr. Google's brilliant. Just say, what is dicing? What is whatever? So I'm just going to. That to me is diced. I could be wrong. Would you say it's diced? Dicing means little, I think it's little dice. That didn't work out as well. One, two, three. I did actually mop the floor the other week. Yeah. While we're doing this, what's annoying is it all sticks to the knife. I've got some hot water going for the lasagna, which is over there. Fettuccine and linguine. I tend to like linguine. Anyway, it's pasta. The pasta, not lasagna. Pasta. No reason to take that. Okay, that's that. Do you have any dolmio at home? For your kids?
No.
No.
My daughter makes bolognese from scratch.
Oh! Should have her in the show. Bolognese from scratch. Well, there was I, wanting to help out in the kitchen because I was just so grateful for all the things that she used to do. I made gnocchi from scratch. Got my little gnocchi board and spotlight, with grooves, rolled my own gnocchi, and I made that from scratch. I found charisma potatoes, which are the better ones for doing gnocchi. You're talking to me. And it must have taken about 2 hours because by the time you cook potatoes and then peel them and then mix them up with egg and butter, anyway. But it made really nice gnocchi. What a work. So I've made a heap, you just had some for the next meal. So So that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to cheat with this. There goes another one. Come back. 3 seconds. It's a spag bol from scratch. They're at that good age now where they can do things.
Yes. Paying off having kids. One of them cooks, one of them mows the lawn.
So how old's the one that cooks?
14.
14, okay. My eldest granddaughter's 10, the younger one is 7, but the kids at this really weird age where they think washing a car is great fun.
2 of them are helpful, the other 2 are pretty useless.
No names.
Oh, they'll know who I'm talking about if they watch this.
Okay, nearly there. Capsicum won't take long. I won't cheat by putting the capsicum in boiling water because that'll cook up nice. That'll just soften up by itself. Once did his fingers leave his hands. I shouldn't speak too soon. Okay, that's that. Let me get a bowl. One of the bowls is in the fridge. Okay. You hate about capsicums, all these stupid little seeds that go everywhere. You like capsicum? I used to grow capsicum, did I say that in the previous episode? Had a 50-metre hothouse, and we went a bit silly and put in 1,200 capsicum plants, and they grew like triffids. And anybody my age will know what triffids are. I'm going to eat that myself when no one's watching. Now, did you ever see that series, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I know of it.
And the answer to the question of the meaning of life?
47, I think?
42.
42.
What is 7 times 6? That's not the most difficult thing there is. The most difficult question in the world, at least, to be answered is...
How do you divide by 3?
No, yeah, that's the one. Why are women so complicated? Everybody's just punched the air and going, yes!
There is no answer.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Part of their allure and mystique. We can say, why are men so stupid? That we keep falling for it. Now coming up ahead, I just remembered I forgot to ask tennis buddy PJ, well he wasn't there on Wednesday, and about doing some Indian.
I'm also tennis buddy. I'm tech and tennis.
He's multitasking, folks. Multitasking. So, when he said, I was quite impressed when he said he did Indian from scratch. I haven't asked you what yours.
You'll have to get him on the show.
Yeah. Well, I haven't asked him. I've got an episode penciled in for him to do Indian, so it'll be something different. What's your specialty?
My specialty?
Yes. You said you can do pizza.
Well, it used to be the bolognese, but now one of the kids do it.
Were you taught
So I'm off the hook.
Okay.
She would say my best one is homemade lasagna.
Ooh. You'll have to do a...
I hate making it, but she always wants it.
Yeah. You'll have to do a comparison with the Aldi one.
Oh, don't worry, we've had the Aldi one many times.
Okay. Did you get the frozen one or the cold section one?
The frozen from Aldi.
Yeah. And even though it says do not refreeze. The tip from my younger daughter was, well, Dad, nobody's died in my household.
I got 6 people at home. There's nothing to refreeze.
Yeah. What did I get out earlier was the 2 carrots. These little buggers never soften up when they're cooking. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's another plate, Johnny. As you can see, this must have been rather a pile. That's why you get so many leftovers. Really good. Actually, I'll do 2. I won't do 3. I was ready for it. So, as you probably noticed, we're filming this in the daytime, not night time. Otherwise, there'd be massive glasses of wine and things like that. So, at the moment, I'm drinking a glass of water. Take Buddy's got his Pepsi to keep him going. 0 sugar, of course, because we're elite athletes, aren't we?
Yeah.
Our bodies are our temple. We got to look after ourselves.
Could look after yourself when you got a national ranking on the seniors tour.
That's it. Crazy granddad, that's me. Once had a world ranking. 126. You think it's a lot? That's out of about 10,000, so that's not too bad. But then I started losing. It's an age thing.
Not world ranked anymore.
No, I don't think I've lost all my points. So next year, because I'll be 75 next year, can you believe it? Alison knows how old I am. We won't say how. But next year is the year I turn 75, so it's in age bands. So I am going to try and play some tournaments with the big guys and get my world ranking back. So it's my glory year. Because after that, the really good players who are world ranked, who are much better than me, are a year younger than me. So they'll probably come back and resume flogging me. But it's a lot of fun. They're nice people. So this is why I'm cheating, because the finely diced, God, you can go forever. You got to realise, cooking makes washing up. It's a real pain in the neck. Now, I hate to break it to you people, but just cooking meat and veg is as boring as anything. But when you're doing something like this, there's a little bit of perverse fun and satisfaction in actually doing something with more than 2 ingredients, meat and veg, and getting some leftovers and surviving. You know, get something for next day, but actually creating something, so that's good. You buy yourself, you have to find out that cook, wash, iron, clean, also shop.
And occasionally play tennis.
And play tennis, that's it. Very important. So that should be a bit of colour. Now, we are going to, that's good, it takes 10 minutes for that. Where's my pepper? I got it out, there it is. Linguine. This was on special. I mean, I shop the specials. I have the app on my phone, half price specials. Find the app, half price specials. Every Wednesday, about 10:30 in the morning anyway, you get a ping and you get Coles, Woolies and some IGA and a few others. Not too much on the Aldi ones because they're always cheap. But it'll tell you the half price specials, and you can try and reorganise your shop as to go. Some here, some there. That's why Aldi's easier, because basically all their prices are pretty good. Anyway, maybe they'll send me something. Hint. So, the linguine will take 10 minutes, or cooks in 6 to 8 minutes. I'll hold that for a second. I thought it was 10. The other cheaper pastas, they cook in 10 minutes. So, I'm going to put the back one on. It'd be funny if we ran out of gas. I'm on bottled gas, folks. And it's doing it right. Put a dash of oil in, which I haven't got ready. And a couple of paddles. I think I was doing this when I first started trying something, using these paddles, and there was food going everywhere over the splashback. And I messaged my older daughter and just said, Amy, there's food going everywhere. Quick as a flash came the response, that's just cooking, Dad. So I thought, maybe I'm doing something right. So, what does series 2 need to be? How you clean up your kitchen after cooking. Right, anyway, let's let that get a bit of warmth. Tell me if that's too noisy. You know, there might be too noisy. Right.
Is that the lowest setting?
Yeah, I'll clean it later. I'll have you know that Saturday morning, which is not today, is the shampooing the cooktop. So the week's cooking can accumulate, and then after washing up, I do that. So I'm going to lean beef mince and put in this Dolmio. We're just going to put that in, brown it a bit, chuck everything in. Now remember, we're going to cheat with the veggies. So while that's doing, I'll put a couple of minutes of the carrots and zucchini in here, and we're going to shortcut the system because I get a bit impatient. And usually I've got the news on record, so I can watch that later, but it's not pretty hot. Keep you going, yep. So we want a little bit of, just get that around and about. Chuck this in. And make sure the, the paper at the bottom doesn't go in. That happened once. Didn't taste very nice. Oh, that's that. I see. So, and I decided on the height of the glass cover here, and I had $1 for every time I hit my phone. I'd be a rich person. So, what we're going to do, this is the extra lean stuff, but look, if you're doing deeper mince, you'll find that it'll be drowning in a puddle of water and fat and whatever. Just take it to the sink and spoon it out. I shouldn't have used that so much here because I'm on tank water and septic system. I live in the country. But there's all these little critters in the septic system which chew up the enzymes, they chew up all the nasties. Very clever. So we're just going to take a few minutes to brown this. And just leave that, this is you boiling. Let me know because I'll burn my arms. So, if you need timers for things, I use the timer on the microwave, and then when I need 2 timers, I use the timer on my phone. After that, I just hope for the best. Quite often the hardest thing is to get everything to finish at the same time. But then I learned not to panic about that because you can't eat everything at once, so it doesn't matter if you do a steak and then the veggies aren't ready. Eat steak first, or vice versa. What does it matter? Yep. Yes. You're ready to go. What did I forget, Johnny? Salt. Give me back. Put the salt in the her old saucepans. Put the salt in the water. This is where salt your pasta. Okay. As you can see, there's a little bit of water there. I reckon they pump it up. Now, I am going to, you should not boiling it. You are. Now I'm looking underneath thinking, yeah, gas is still working. What could go wrong without the gas? We're okay. Just let that go a little bit more, then I might bail a bit of that out. So we said 8 minutes for that. Hurry up, you. Watch pot doesn't boil. So my mother said. Okay. I'll just get a spoon. And you can see there's what I'll do is just push that a bit up there. And I'm going to go to the sink with this. For 5% fat. I don't know about that. I suppose they don't tell you how much water they pump in there though. That should be in the supermarket inquiry, shouldn't it, folks? They're having. And I think not only should there be a supermarket inquiry, there should be a grog shop inquiry, because I buy the specials obviously. I'm cheap. I've got much money because I'm living on fumes because the bank account's still locked. How can First Choice have a 30% off over 1,000 wines? They're still making money. Okay, that's boiling. We're going to put in just the carrots. Doesn't have to be pretty. It's not a big saucepan. I'm just going to fill it up just to get loosened up. It's really just we're cheating. We're just saving a bit of time. Ouch. I'm just going to stop it now, I think. Put it on. Give me 5 minutes while that's going. So that will go in, the capsicum will go into here when we're ready for that. I reckon we can chuck in. It's funny this stuff. What I normally use is the long Give me a second. Give me a second. Yep. Just to break it up. Now, a little rest. Okay. I do have a tool. She left me all this wonderful stuff. A tool for, there are we, as the old saying goes, cooking with gas. Yes, the other stuff's longer, but this comes apart, don't panic. Leave that, the dog likes it. Thing is, for leftovers you don't freeze your thing when you just cook it fresh. That's happening. This is happening. I think we're about ready. One with the back one. Slow you down a bit. Now, you get a spoon. We're going to pop this in. There's all different flavours, tomato, onion and roast garlic. And bizarrely, they've reduced the salt. So, we can put in our own salt. Now, how do you get the last bits out? Let me tell you. Cheap wine. Get wines direct, $6 a bottle delivered when they're on special. So we just put some in. No, we won't do that. The alcohol cooks out anyway, sadly. We can just mix that in. How's our pasta going? Beautiful, that's cooking like. Now, 8 minutes, every so often you can give it a stir. Turn it down so much. Now we just have to blend this in. That's a bit runny, but it's gonna grow. So while that's, yep, there you go, there. You can put these in, they can start to soften up. Yum yum. Right, that's good. Extra tomato, just to mix it in. Now I used to laugh when you see all these people on TV, they do the, put in the ingredients of the salt, whatever. What a crap. Just chuck it in and stir it. It ends up the same. Not the same theatre, but it ends up the same. Now, how is, taking a while, turn it up a bit higher. Just want to give it a couple of minutes. It's been a couple of minutes in hot water. I just like to see a little bit of boiling, and then I can drain it, of course, which I have a draining device, which I'll do over at the sink. Okay. So once this is getting close to little bubbles starting to come up, give me just a minute, I'll drain it, I'll put that in, I'll cover it, and then we'll sit down and have a cup of tea for 5 minutes, or we'll put you on pause. Because, there we go. So, linguine is nicely separated and just softening up. Nice stuff. Gootsies. It was on special, Australian family owned. I shopped the specials one day when my bank account is unlocked and I can access more than just my age pension. Yeah. Okay, so let's stop that. You're still going, you're still going. Turn it up a bit. Head for the sink. Empty out my washing up water, which I didn't do because I was too busy talking. At least I washed up. Okay. Come on, yeah, come on, come on. I like those little saucepans. Hopefully she won't want them, but she's been gone 2 years, so why would she want them? Now we're going to just put this in. I can hear Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble. That gives it a nice little bit of different colour. Reds and oranges and greens or whatever. Now, the idea is just mix them in. You can see why this makes about 4 meals. Probably wouldn't last too long in Tech Guy's house, but in 6. But when you 1. Now, we're just going to
get a few meals out of it because not every kid of mine would eat that.
Okay.
It's too colourful.
My eldest daughter went through a series, a period of time where she didn't like food touching, so she had to plate with. But now she's okay, especially when she used to eat my paella. So we're gonna. Oh, that's that one. I want you simmering away. We're going to put that on top so there's a bit less splash. And you might press pause for 5 minutes. Okie dokie, we're 10 minutes down the track. The pasta is drained and in the sink. The bolognese, we're going to call it, with the twist, with my extra bits and pieces, has been bubbling away. And I think we're probably ready to plate up. Tech Guy says he's not going to eat any, but I will.
Low carb, low carb.
Low carb, mate. You're going to take the container home. Did you use it on a plate or a bowl?
Bowl.
Yeah. No. Do that. Save washing up. You'll be smart here. Save washing up. We're going to walk this way. You have your little drainer in the. You know, just get pasta going. That's nice. Just let that heat now. Yep. And turning around down here, we have a scoop. That'll do. Turn you off. Okay, we should have a competition. How many meals are we going to get out of this? Quite a few. Now, if you want a bit of extra oomph in it, what you can do is original seasoning. You can guggle a bit of that on top, but I don't need it. That to me is going to be pretty good. Except the bit I got over my head. We're going to. Tech Guy's going to try some without the pasta. Like to mix it through. It's going to be hot, as you can see. I'm the one doing the cleaning up, so I can make a mess. Too much.
The correct term is director of photography.
Director of photography. Oh, wait. Does that mean you get paid more? Let me, without getting low in the face. That's perfect. In summing up, shit, that's good. That is. That's the salt reduced one. I'm going to whack some salt on it when you're not looking. All good. Okay, thanks. And we're going to see you next week. And remember, who is Alison?